Ladies and gentlemen, it is surely no secret to anyone here that we are living in an era of unprecedented change. To make our lives easier, everything is getting more complicated. It's practically impossible to avoid computers, artificial intelligence, VCRs smarter than we are. To escape for a few hours each week, I sing in the Mendelssohn Choir. This choir is now 100 years old, and Mendelssohn would have turned 186 in June, had he lived. It grieves me to tell you that even the lives of singers are filled with stress. We suffer anxiety that we may fail an audition, arrive late for a concert, or still be singing loudly when everyone else has stopped. We suffer eye strain from reading too many notes by notorious Mozart, repetitive strain injury from too many performances of the Messiah, and physical exhaustion from too many high notes in Beethoven. Musicians, my dear friends, long for relaxation and calm. So it is that some of us find comfort in the unaffected charm and delightful symmetry of the beer bottle. I hear laughter. Perhaps I have been misunderstood. I speak of the bottle not as the container of an alcoholic beverage, but as a musical instrument. As you see, it is conveniently free of strings, valves, reeds, and other complications. It is, however, more or less limited to a single note. Nonetheless, a bottle which is not entirely empty can produce an attractive warble by oscillation. I myself have quite a collection of bottles. Oddly, their tone is still characterized by a sort of olfactory echo of the original contents. Listen to the dark fourth harmonic in the overtones of this Molson stock ale. Isn't that a joy? The instrument dates from 1979, when this great bottle maker was in his prime. As I said, the sound is essentially monotonous. But the pitch can be changed by controlled removal of the contents. Observe. Observe carefully. An experienced player can judge exactly the size of the semitone sip or the major third gulp. Many performers actually enjoy lowering the tone. We find the bigger the drop, the greater the pleasure. A bottle can be tuned with water, but tradition generally favors beer. Purists even demand the brand that first filled the bottle. But I think this is going too far. No matter how hard we work to reconstruct authentic performances, we can never hear Bach as his contemporaries heard Bach, because we know Beethoven and the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. Likewise, we can never hear the 88 Labatt B-flat with the innocence of the original listener, because we know Black Ice. Bottle technique continues to evolve, and some performers are experimenting with more potent liquids. The beer tradition is strong, but encouraging results have been reported with wine and various liquors. Critics do complain of an unpleasant loss of focus as the pitch descends from a bottle primed with scotch. The players, on the other hand, believe they have given the performance of a lifetime. The process of pouring from the bottle makes it impossible to return again to the higher pitch. This phenomenon presents a curious challenge to the composer. Every note sounded must either equal or fall below the previous note. Now, those of you who are paying attention, thank you, may be wondering why we don't simply use more than one bottle to achieve different notes. This argument fails to recognize limitations implicit in any art form. Playing with multiple bottles would be like playing hockey with 3 or 4 pucks at once. Fun, perhaps, but not the same game at all. In its pure form, bottle music challenges the audience to imagine the notes of the melody which the instrument cannot provide. This allows each listener to become the performer, him or herself. As an example, here is the opening of God Save the Queen. There's no need to stand up. I see that tantalizing snippet has given you a taste for more. This is quite common with the bottle. Here is another example from a piece many of you know well. I expect you all spotted that. It was, of course, a line from Handel's Messiah. I will now demonstrate how magically the bottle complements the human voice. Here is the same piece in a more complex arrangement, the 2 parts blending as naturally as beer and peanuts. First, allow me to tune the instrument. I think that's still a bit high. Ha, loop, ha, loop, 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 hallelujah. I trust this brief performance has served to restore to the beer bottle the dignity and respect it so richly deserves. Now, with the satisfaction of a good job well done, I bring my lecture to a close.